All right. Good evening, podcast world, and those out on Facebook Live. It's time for another episode of Things My Mother Never Told Me. Today, we got a real special treat for you. We got not one, but two guests. Tynia, say hey.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in with us on this evening. It is a pleasure to bring you this. Woo.
All right, and as I was telling you too before we got started, Tynia's going to read the bio of the company, and then we're going to jump in and let you tell your story.
All right, then, everybody. We have bringing all the flavor. These two ladies right here, tea is their love language. So we have Camille Marie takes a personal approach to tea. The custom blends are bold, unique flavors, offering a selection that can be enjoyed by the everyday and or occasional tea drinker. Each flavor is curated with love by Camille Marie to ensure a delightful and consistent tea experience. These best friends make good business partners. That's one way to describe the relationship between Ashli Camille and Shelby Marie. They met in college at Oakland University in Rochester, Michigan, and immediately found a common love for several things, including tea. But fast forward 20 years, Ashli and Shelby had an idea to use their passion for custom tea as an inspiration to launch a business, Camille Marie. As you can notice, that's their combination of their two middle names. These two work to design custom loose tea leaves to steep, sip, and favor. Each Camille Marie tea flavor is a proprietary blend, crafted to include complementary ingredients that have a unique taste and pleasing aroma. As entrepreneurs, Ashli and Shelby have built their company to have purpose. It's more than about the bottom line. It's about treating customers with care and providing a positive experience that exceeds expectations and pleases palates. When we say we're bringing all the flavor, we mean it figuratively and literally. All right, everybody, let's welcome Ashli and Shelby.
Good evening, ladies. How are you both doing?
Good evening. Good.
Good evening.
Doing well.
Doing excellent.
Good. Let's start out this way because Shelby can tell you. Generally, we ask our guests' educational background. So we know hers. We know what she did. We know what she did. but where did you go to high school, Ashli?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
I am born and raised in Ohio.
Okay.
So I went to high school at Wayne High School. It's located in Huber Heights, Ohio. Okay. A little small town between like Dayton and Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very good.
Yeah. But I'm an honorary, for those in Detroit, I'm an honorary King Crusader.
Oh, my daughter.
KC Dogs.
And Jamisha.
Yeah.
And Brandis.
And Brandis. Yeah.
Right. So okay, was good. And you went to Oakland, so that's good too.
I did. Yes, I'm a Oakland University grad, undergrad in journalism, and then I also received my master's from Wayne State.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. You're definitely there.
Right.
Yes.
So let's just jump right in here. Whoever wants to start, how did this even come about?
I'll let Ashli start.
Okay.
Start, yeah.
I can remember vividly. This was during the pandemic. I would say maybe we were about 6 months in the pandemic. Shelby and I were on the phone and just talking about wanting to do more outside of our 9-to-5 day jobs. And so just having an interest in wanting to do more, and that we would be open to partnering with each other to have, to open a business together. But we didn't want to just open any business. We wanted to do something that we were both passionate about and provide a service or sell a product that we both enjoy. And so we tossed around a few ideas, and then ultimately tea came up because she loves tea, I love tea. when we find new tea flavors, we would always tell each other about it or send each other, a different tea if maybe we were traveling somewhere and found it. And so that's really how Camille Marie came to life. And so it's not just, I would say, something for us that's a business. It's something that we are personally passionate about, which makes it fun.
Yes.
And just to add a little bit more to that, we discovered that we both love tea back in college. So as I was sharing before we went live, we both, enjoyed, just tea,
Right.
from the time, we met and discovered that then. And so, as the years went on, to Ashli's point, once we got into this COVID cycle, we started to discuss, and it was like, what better business venture to start than tea, because we both, again, are passionate about it and we both love it. And we both, discovered our love for it so many years ago. So
Right.
Okay. Was y'all sitting there drinking tea at the time too?
probably.
Yeah, we did have a grown palate and drank tea in college.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all right. You did.
Drinking, that's been around a long time, all in other countries. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's one of the good things about the pandemic. A lot of things came out of it. That's how this podcast came about. Was during the pandemic. We wanted to showcase some things because we ain't had nothing else to do. So let me ask another question. So you both love tea. How did you get into the nuts and bolts of creating different blends?
That was one of them.
Yeah. So what we did discover is like, okay, we don't want it to be just the average tea. We want it to have flavor, right? We want it to be something that's special, something that's unique, something that you can't just find on the shelf. When you go to the grocery store or Target, wherever, to purchase something, such as tea, you typically see common flavors, right? Peppermint, have like Earl Grey flavors with a hint of lavender, stuff that's kind of like traditional in a sense in terms of tea flavors. So we definitely knew we wanted to do something that was more, more exciting, more unique, and just, different blends that will, make people really interested and wanted to try our product just based on the combination alone. Right. So we did a lot of research. We found a distributor that could blend our teas for us. And they had a long list of different herbs, different spices, different flavors, different tea bases, black tea, green tea. And so we had like this vast list of things that we could, add to our tea. So it was a lot of trial and error, right? We would come up with ideas like, oh, let's blend, black tea with, a chocolate, flavor plus, this type of spice or whatever. Or, just different ideas that we had. And so we would get samples, and some we would be like, no, this ain't it.
Right.
This isn't it. And so we had to do a number of, a number of taste testing and a number of combinations before we settle on the flavors that we really liked. But after we did that, we were like, okay, we're satisfied because we came up with, now we're up to 3 flavors that are really different, and it's unlike anything, anything that you can find in the store, right? In terms of taste and blend. So yeah, it took a number of months, wouldn't you say, Ashli? Just like going back to the drawing board, like, that doesn't taste good. That's not what we thought, until we actually just said, okay, this is it. And we actually, when we were working with a distributor, we came up with our 2 signature blends. Even the distributor at the time was like, that's pretty, that's a pretty unique, blend. That's gonna work. So Yeah.
Okay. Real good. Real good.
Now it's like, especially with y'all both having two different palettes, you know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
now that's kind of hard. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. I was like, wait, how did they do that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, you know the thing about this is that while you were talking about, trying to come up with something different, the name
Mhm.
requires something different.
Mhm.
Camille Marie. That's
Mhm.
fancy.
Okay.
No, to me, that's fancy. That's real
Yeah.
fancy. And I like those shirts y'all have on. That's fancy.
Thank
So
you.
Thanks.
that requires something different. And
Yeah.
yeah. And so we tried the Jacqueline, and that was good.
It was, and it was like that hint of mint,
Yeah.
and that
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, but you know what's that other organic thing that's in there? The what did you just say? The paluchi leaf?
Oh,
patchouli
patchouli.
yard.
The
Yeah.
patchouli.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Patchouli
patchouli
leaf.
leaf. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that hint right there was like, that was really different
It's
to me.
different. Yeah.
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 That's what I liked. I was like, maybe
Yeah.
that's like, it had a hint of mint, because I was like, it's vanilla, it's this and that. And I'm like, well, maybe that's that other thing that's in there.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
patchouli. And the funny
Mhm.
thing about that particular herb, I didn't even know patchouli was an herb until we started doing this,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because I would always purchase patchouli candles. I just thought it was some type of, it was just you can
My
only look-
girlfriend does.
yeah. But when we saw that this was an herb, and you can add it to tea for flavor and all that, we're
Mhm.
like, okay. And so yeah, it does mix really well with the cinnamon vanilla for the
Mhm.
Jacqueline.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, that was really different, and I
Mhm.
really like that ting at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, so you say you have three flavors right now,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
And are you actively working on a new one now, or yeah, tell
We
me.
are. We're
Mhm.
coming out with 2 new flavors in just a few weeks. So for the spring, we're introducing 2 new flavors that
Okay.
we're really excited about.
Okay.
Mhm.
So then we'll have 5 flavors total.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, and more coming still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right. Because you don't want to bring them out too fast.
Right.
right.
Yeah, because
Right.
I'm enjoying, and I'm gonna go on to the next one. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So where do you see? So we know you got the flavors coming out. Where do you see you heading with this whole thing of doing the tea? We gonna see you on Shark Tank one day?
Mm.
We hadn't gotten that far in our business plan. But I would say it's definitely now is setting the foundation, which is tea, the custom loose leaf blends.
Mhm.
But we do see opportunity to make this an experience. You had mentioned, the name requires something different, and that's what we want to deliver. And so as we think about phasing our business the smart way and the right way, we do want to make tea accessible via whether it's some type of tea experience or a tasting experience. So maybe venturing into potentially events or even apparel. We think there are a lot of opportunities that can be extensions for Camille Marie in addition to the tea.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do see some future tea parties, because we love tea parties ever
We
since we were
actually-
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ashli and I have actually talked about that. We were just discussing that last week.
Okay.
That's something that, we would potentially like offer, good old fashioned tea
Tea
parties.
parties, yes, I
We
love
come to
it.
you with,
Okay.
with our different flavors and,
Mhm.
host of, we haven't really formed the entire idea yet, but we know
Yes.
that that's something, that we possibly do in the future.
I
All right.
don't, because I did that with my little niece.
Mhm.
She always
Mhm.
had that little tea thing set up, and my sister had her grandbaby with a tea party. We was sitting up there, and then not only that, one of our other friends, she was posting pictures of her daughter at a
Mhm.
tea party, and I was like, oh, this is too cute.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. So I was like, Yeah, I definitely picked the right thing there because we've been doing tea parties for
Yeah.
forever.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I was a red hatter at one time, and I was the queen, and I had a nice tea party, and everybody was just loving it. So,
Yeah.
hey, so look for me in the future hosting one as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like that.
Right. So how's the collaboration process? I know you explained it a little bit in the beginning, but do each of you have a separate role that you play in, or the roles are equal?
I would say different but equal. You
Okay.
know, we individually have our skill sets that, like, for example, Shelby is attention to detail. She is very how the product is packaged and organized. Like, that's Shelby's strong suit. It's not that I'm not good at it, but Shelby takes it to the next level. And I know that and I recognize that. And so, but then when it comes to our website copy or our social media copy, that's more of my strong suit. And so we work well together and know where our strengths are. And so we play to that. And again, it's not that just because Shelby is working on the packaging, it's not that she doesn't share ideas or thoughts with me and we talk through them and the same, for example, for website or any other copy, but it's just that, again, we recognize where each other's strengths are, and it's a benefit to the business and the way we work together, actually.
Yeah,
Right,
it is.
right.
It's just like I would say, like in a marriage, like when like I'm gonna get that to because he could do that better.
They're better than me.
Or she can do that better. So it's the same way. Like I know Ashli, this is what she does for a living. Like she is director of communications. Like that's what she does. She knows how to effectively write copy and get messages across, and that's her strong suit. Like seriously. So girl, take it,
I was like, make mine easier.
Yeah, and I trust that it's gonna be done, the right way. And of course, like she said, I do have input, but for me, I've always been the type of person that I love attention to detail, like even with my own business, packaging, even the things that go into the packaging. I love sourcing new items for our business, the tea strainers and other things that we'll have soon. So researching and doing all of that. So we just play off of each other's strong points, and it runs well that way. And then as far as the tea itself, we do collaborate there in terms of like what flavors we think might go with different teas. We order the samples and we both taste them, and sometimes she might like it and I might be like, but and it could be vice versa, but we come to an agreement on what we feel like is best for the products that we will launch.
So on that note, it's right now in your process of selecting flavors, is it better? Are you more focused on you both agreeing that the flavor is good right now, because I'm sure later on down the road or sometime it'll be like, okay, this will be my signature flavor, whatever, and this will be yours, and we'll still put it out. But right now,
so that's actually what's coming next with our flavors that we're launching in a few weeks for the spring. So just to give a little bit of background, if you noticed, all of the teas have a name for them. And so the Jacqueline is significant to Ashli because that's her mother's name. The Claudia is my mother's name. And then the Ethel is dedicated to our sorority's founder, Ethel Hedgeman-Lau. We're both members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And so for our blends that are coming out in the spring, we decided, hey, let's do our own signature blend. And so Ashli is going to be releasing the butterfly. We can say it now, but because it is coming out. And then I'll be releasing the Lucy, together we're releasing them, but we
Mhm.
both independently, came up with the flavors for our own blends, and
Right.
Okay.
we tasted them each, and we
Okay.
actually both agree.
We
like,
like
oh,
them a
it's
lot.
really
Yes.
good. I really like the combination that she's come up with, and she likes the one that I came up with. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
but again, if by chance she kind of wasn't feeling, mine or vice versa, we both agree that this particular tea is something that we both want
Mhm.
to be significant to our own
Okay.
liking, if you will. So,
Okay, so
And-
it's good.
And
mhm.
I'll add too, it's not just Shelby and I tasting the teas
Mhm.
either. We've shared them with other people who are, daily coffee drinkers and don't drink tea. We've
Okay.
shared them with other very heavy tea drinkers as well,
my
just to
question.
get their thoughts too
Mhm.
on what do you think of these flavors. And so we take that feedback into consideration.
Okay.
Also.
So you do like focus groups. So then my next question is how do you determine who would be on those groups?
It depends,
Mhm.
honestly. So for example, my mom is a tea drinker. She loves tea. And so we asked my mom to sample our tea. So she's one person.
Mhm.
But because she's already a tea drinker, I would say her palate is already
Yeah.
used to tea. She
Yeah.
has a taste for it. But it's really because we want our tea to be accessible for everyone.
Sure.
We want to make sure that we're not only having folks that and people who are tea drinkers, but also, like I said, people who are mainly coffee drinkers.
Yeah.
But maybe they would be interested in, maybe they have coffee in the morning to get them going, but in the evening they have tea to help, calm them, relax them. And then people who maybe don't drink tea at all, just don't have a taste for it, but maybe they don't like hot tea, which is okay, but you can also take our tea and put it over ice as well and
Right.
enjoy it iced.
Okay.
So again, it's just making sure that we're mindful of the different palates of people who may be just regular tea drinkers, but even those who are new tea drinkers as well.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so we got a couple comments and a question. The comments, we got Angela Mitchell. I'm sure y'all know her.
Yes.
Yes.
We know Angie.
Yeah, she said the tea is so amazing. And then
Thanks, Ange.
she said she loves the names. of
I love the
teas.
name.
Thank you.
And then we have another one. Marion Beck says she wanted to know, is your tea useful for detox or just sipping tea, drinking tea?
So right now it's just for sipping. We don't have any teas that are specific for detox, or I know
Right.
there are some teas out there that are, help you sleep better. We don't have those offerings yet, but those are definitely things that we're considering for
In the
future
future.
products though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will add though, while we haven't done any extensive research to, understand
The
what
Right.
our
different-
teas
the
are,
health benefits,
what they are doing right now. We have found though, that the ethyl, it does help with sleep. So when we looked up and we started looking at the ingredients that are in it, the base is it's a green tea, but it has pomegranate in it. And so we found that, the pomegranate does promote, good sleeping and all of that. So we do know that that particular blend will help in terms of
Okay.
sleeping,
Yeah.
having a restful
Right,
sleep.
restful evening. Sure,
Mhm.
sure. Cool.
Look, I like the benefits of tea, period. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the relaxing part, it don't add that many calories if you don't add all the extras.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a great alternative to water, because it's a water.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just
Go ahead.
You just made a good point that I want to comment on, adding a lot of the extras. Sometimes you dump a lot of sugar or other enhancements to your beverages. Well, with our teas, that's why, we make sure we're combining the right flavors and the right herbs so that, sure, you can add some agave or a little bit of honey to it, or even some milk. However, the flavor is so bold and robust that if you don't want to add all of that to it, it still tastes good.
It tastes good on its own. That's right.
Yeah.
Just add water.
Just add water.
I know. I was like, yes, another. Yeah, because when I in the morning, I said when I do it, I'm gonna fix it with cold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the cold part because the hot was really good. So I said, oh, I want to taste the cold.
Right. And so anybody out there listening, this not just a woman thing. I drank some of the tea too, and I enjoyed it.
Yes.
just want y'all to know that.
Yeah, and look, lately he's been drinking more tea than me.
Okay.
So my next question for you is that when you decided that this is what you wanted to do, because I know you talked about it back in college, you kicked around. When you decided, from the time you decided that you wanted to blend these teas and bring it to market, how long was that process? And how hard was that process?
It was a while. Would you say, Ashli, like 2 years total?
It was.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, I would say, was it hard? I don't know that I would say it was hard. We did run into some challenges though, because we wanted to start the business the right way and we weren't willing to take any shortcuts with it. And so, once we got into it, you get through one door and then you notice, well, goodness, okay, it's 2 more doors after this door. But that was okay. We didn't have a timeline that we were trying to meet. We just wanted to do it the right way and have something that we're proud of and passionate about. But it took
a while.
It took 2 years, and I would say we probably thought it was realistically going to take like 3 to 6 months.
Right.
And one thing I will
add
too, both Ashli and I are very particular about everything. Like, so just, the design of the website, the packaging, the everything, right? We wanted to definitely make sure we took a fine approach to how we were doing every little thing. So that added time too, but I think we're both very happy, how it turned out in the end, because it wasn't rushed. Like she said, we weren't holding ourselves to a particular timeline. It was just, again, we just wanted to make sure everything was done right. And, here we are.
Well, I like how you said it wasn't hard. There just were challenges. I like that. That's a proper mindset. But I'll say this: years ago, this gentleman, he's a rapper. He had a song he had put together, and a friend of mine was managing him. And so when we used to go out, the guy used to perform all the time. We go out and we used to hear this song all the time. And from the time I first heard the song till it actually made it on the radio, it was almost 2 years. So when everybody else was hearing the song, we were sick of it. So my point is that there are very few overnight things, especially when you try to do them right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I applaud your effort with sticking to it, because a lot of times when stuff doesn't happen real quick, we get tired and we just put it off in the corner.
I'm a firm believer in slow and steady wins the race. Like, we're not competing against anyone. We just want to put out a quality product and make sure that we're building our image, the right way and not just any old kind of way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
our
the
brand, I should say.
Yes,
Our
because
brand.
even when I looked at the website, it was so professional, so
Mhm.
royal. I was like, look at them. They out there
Mhm.
doing it. And
Thank
of course,
you.
the cover picture was grand.
Thank you.
Who did y'all picture?
Daryl from
Daryl
On the
did it?
Spot.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I
On the
thought so.
Spot
That looked like his work.
Photography. We're gonna
Because I was
shout him
like,
out.
Yeah, that looked like his work.
Yeah, On the
okay, that
Spot
was
photography.
really good.
So
I was
we've
like,
used him twice, and we've already committed. Like, he's our guy for our photography.
Mhm.
yes,
He's done
Right.
a great job.
he did. He
Because
did.
you did some work with him for your
Mhm.
so then yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I worked with them, a few times now.
Right,
So
right.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
when Jamisha sent me the pictures and I did the the little post on Instagram and Facebook,
Yeah.
I looked at it, I said, oh, this is nice.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even like the little words I put in there. They added a little something to it. That was real. That was nice.
Yeah.
It was, that's why I said, oh, these ladies in business for real.
But
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I think a couple things, and then when I say this, if you want to comment, that's cool. But then I want to get to Ashli and
Mhm.
answering this question.
Okay.
But when you see the name, and this is just me, I don't know if anybody else, but when I see the name, when I first saw it, when y'all first went live, and I saw Camille Marie,
Mhm.
that struck me as something fancy.
Mhm.
It really did. And so the fact that those are y'all middle names,
Mhm.
that's telling me something.
Yeah.
We fancy.
Yeah, I would say we're fancy, but it also shows how we have put ourselves into this business, because initially we talked about some of the challenges to get started. We started with another name that we couldn't get a trademark for.
Okay.
So we had to go back to the drawing board, and we thought of some names that didn't necessarily, we liked them, but they didn't connect to us.
Mhm.
And so then we just started saying, okay, we just put our middle names together, and we both said, oh my gosh, we like that. It is
Mhm.
personal and unique to us. And honestly, it's legacy building too, it is us. So
It is. Yep.
yeah.
Go ahead, Shelby.
You entrepreneurs.
No, I was just gonna say, like, and again, that's why I am such a firm believer in just taking your time to do things, because I feel like, that trademark didn't go through for a reason
Mhm.
with that old name, because it was not ordained, it wasn't meant to be, right? And this is way more just meaningful, right?
Sure.
To have our name
Yes.
as a part of our brand. Like Ashli said, is building legacy. This is our actual signature,
Mhm.
Camille
Oh,
is-
okay.
Yeah, this is our signature.
This is our,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
So everything it means something, even down to the tea leaf. It's significant
Mhm.
because the tea leaves, that we use to make our flavors, but also it's a part of our sorority. One of symbolic of one of the things that our sorority uses or whatnot.
Mhm.
So it is personal, as she said, and so
Wonderful.
I'm just it was ordained to happen that way, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, that's how it resonates with the audience, I tell you.
Mhm.
And I'll say this too, and I don't know if I told you this, Shelby, when you were on before, how we came up with the name Things My Mother Never Told Me.
No, I
So-
didn't. I don't know. that
Right.
story.
Okay. See, I was trying to figure. I had this idea that I wanted to do a podcast, and I wanted the podcast to showcase young African Americans who are doing different things, career-wise, community-wise, the whole nine.
Mhm.
So I came up with all these. I came up with about 3 names, and when I looked the names up, somebody was already doing a podcast with those names.
Mhm.
And so then we went to my sisters and I went to the cemetery to clean up my mother's grave. And while we were there, the thought occurred to me that in the time since she had passed away, there were so many things that had happened in the world that she didn't get opportunity to tell me.
Right.
And boom, that's when the name hit
That's
me.
when it hit you. Yeah.
Yep. When I started driving out, the thing is just things my mother never told me.
Yeah.
I love that.
Right. And
Yeah.
then my cousin, he said, okay, I'll hook you up. I asked him, do a little something for me. So he hooked the logo up.
Mhm.
And it just everything just fell into place. So to your point, to both of your point, sometimes the first thing that sounds good ain't the right thing,
Exactly.
Mhm.
but it's the thing that feels good.
Yes.
That's the right thing.
Yeah, and it's the thing that just gets you started.
Right.
to,
So,
you know.
so Ashli, here's your chance. We're gonna
Okay.
shift a little bit. Things my mother never told me.
That you can have a career outside of your 9 to 5.
Okay.
From an entrepreneur standpoint, you know, I like my parents worked traditional jobs. My mom was a teacher, my dad worked for the post office. And so, you know, growing up, they didn't talk to us about being entrepreneurs.
Sure.
And so that is something that I learned as I've gotten older. Just, you know, it is somewhat of a risk because like I said, Shelby and I have day jobs too.
Right.
But just to know, like, okay, Mom, you didn't tell me there was this whole world outside of your traditional 9 to 5 where I can have still an enjoyable business that is mine, that my name is on.
Yes.
So she didn't tell me that, but now she's like, yeah, of course it is. I'm like, okay, bye. And she also didn't tell me that it's important to get massages once a quarter.
Well, now that's new.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said that.
Yeah.
Because I love, especially when I did that whole all over body thing. I love the body scrubs,
Yes.
all that stuff. I was like, this is amazing. While we sit up there and just associate massages and all that stuff with, you know, the negative terms, but the benefits of just doing that, and the people that can really do their craft ain't no joke.
So
absolutely.
So do you drink your tea while you're getting your massage? Oh,
I don't.
Probably be knocked out on
I
that
know.
massage.
Girl, you better say it again.
As I was saying, I thought about it. I'm not you. You didn't say about a manicure or pedicure. You said a massage. You ain't got time to drink no tea.
Yeah, I'm just doing that. She could have it simmering on the side though. That aromatherapy.
You know what? I sure could.
Yeah.
Because I love that scent too when you come in there and they got that aromatherapy going on.
Oh yeah.
Well, you start.
That's the relaxation.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, that the question I want to ask, I think I already know the answer to, but where do you see it going? The whole brand.
Yeah.
Because I know you talked about a few things, you know, the
new flavors.
Well, the new flavors, the apparel line, and then that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I would say because Shelby and I are located in different places, but I can see us expanding to start to do some things that are more in person. You know, right now we are primarily online and on social media, you know, it's strictly e-commerce, but I think there's real opportunity for us to start to not necessarily, I would say, having a brick and mortar, but I think there's opportunities for us to do things in person at different events or, you know, just boutiques or shops and things. So I definitely see it going off instead of just online, going offline.
So I was going to say that too. Like I see our brand going in that direction. But also I could really see our brand in specialty markets like Trader Joe's and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, like, I could see that. I think it fits in places like that. And also Ashli just brought up like the monthly massages, like, you know, even when you go to some, you know, places to get your massage and things like that, you know, they do offer, you know, tea like that. So I could see it there and little candle shops and specialty, you know, places because tea, in my opinion, it's nothing like having a good candle going and you sipping your tea. So I could see it, you know, in those little special markets and little niche you know, spaces as well.
Right. And one day you might even do your own candles.
Yeah,
I
yeah, we both
know.
like
We
candles.
love candles.
I
too.
love candles too.
So
Me too.
share your website.
Our website is CamilleMarieT.com.
So I like
Yeah.
that. Nice and simple.
Nice and
Mhm.
simple.
CamilleMarieT.com.
I already know.
Yep. And you can find us on Instagram at Camille Marie T. And yeah, we are continuously looking to, expand across more social media outlets, but that's where we're at
Oh,
now.
I love it, ladies. I really do. And like I said, I do drink a lot of tea, and matter of fact, I'm thinking about having a cup and getting this tub.
There you go.
I do want to add that, I know there was the question about any detox tea, but the one thing to note about our ingredients and that is that they are 100% all natural and
Mhm.
gluten-free. So, just
So
again, that's something important too for people who have different dietary needs.
Sure.
Not only that, like you said, it has all the antioxidants that it needs.
Yeah.
So that is just, I just love it.
Wow.
It's just amazing. I love you ladies for
Thank you.
bringing this to us.
Right.
Thank you.
So I always like to ask, is there something you want to share about your journey to the people listening?
Yeah, I'll go first, and then I'll let Ashli share her thoughts. But I would say never let it be said, or don't believe that it's impossible to work together as friends, as Black women, as females. I think a lot of times there are negative stereotypes that women can't work together, can't form businesses together, Black women especially, just stereotypes that are not true. I really do think that you can maintain a friendship, a close-knit friendship, and also, venture into entrepreneurial, things together. And it can be done successfully. And, it doesn't have to be looked at as something that's scary because, oh, this is my friend, I don't want to, tarnish that relationship. We actually talked about, before we even started to, get our trademark and everything, we talked about like, hey, if this happened or this happened, we would rather dissolve the business or whatnot before we lose the friendship, because that's the foundation we stand on, right? So we're friends, we're sisters, we're too close knit to let this get in between us. And so we talked about all of that. And so I would say that that's something that I would want to relay, to the audience, that you can be friends and still get this money. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you
Go
can.
ahead. Go ahead and say that.
And I would say, so completely agree with Shelby on that. The other thing I would say is, once you have started your journey and have made some progress, be open to other people asking you questions, because that's one thing. Shelby and I talked to other people we know who have successfully started businesses and they've sustained for many years. And, we wanted to understand their progress, their journey, the hurdles they faced, and how they overcame those. So I would encourage people, again, who have started the process and from an entrepreneurship standpoint, to be open to other people asking you questions. And the other thing that has been really important to Shelby and I, just like the two of us had a mindset to want another stream of income, want to be entrepreneurs, we know other Black women that have the same mindset. And so we thought, hey, okay, we're doing this. Why not find a way to try to partner with them? And we did. So our marketing, the person we work with on marketing, Black woman. Again, she does it on the side, consulting. The woman that built our website,
Black woman.
again, consultant that we work with, the woman that manages our social media. So it's not only just
Yes.
focusing on our business, but it's how can we partner and expand our network so that we support each other.
And people, we need people.
Right.
We need
Yeah.
people. We cannot do
Yep,
it
we
by,
do.
we can't do it all
Absolutely.
by ourselves.
Yeah.
You know?
I like
When, you know, when, and I say when, because it will, when this does go, you know, reach further and further, it's going to be because of all of those women that Ashli just mentioned that had a part in it. Like Jamisha does our, you know, she manages our social media. And,
Gee,
you
I'm
know,
shocked.
Yeah, right. But we knew she, you know, we were
Yeah.
sitting and we were like, hey, we need somebody to manage, you know, and we knew like right off the bat, okay, Jamisha, like who else?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So when, you know, when this, you know, when we blow up, all of those women are going to be a part
blow
of
up, and they're going to blow up too. You're right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're going to blow up too. And I wanted to add one more thing, another thing to note along this journey. Be open to you know, feedback too.
Yes.
Like when you're launching a business, you know, do those focus groups, listen to, you know, what people have to say. We've gotten good feedback too. You know, whether it's, you know, positive or sometimes negative.
Because we can, you knew there's always room for improvement. Yes,
absolutely.
We need to know, you know, we need to know these things. So be open to feedback and constantly improve, you know, your products or your offerings based on, you know, what you're hearing from your consumers.
Sure. And I got two things to add to use to, I guess, is a bit of advice to whoever. When you were talking about working together, you know, the reason why people don't work together or can't work together is because they choose not to. We are so, especially as African Americans, we get so hung up on little things ruining good things because we can't get out our own way. There's no reason for two friends to not be able to go in business and still be friends. None. And if they want to, no reason. So see, I agree with you when you said that. That's real big. And you know, for us, most of the people who work with this podcast are my relatives. My you know, Brandis is my niece. The one who did our logo is my younger cousin, her contemporary. And, you know, because I had said years ago, I had told all of the young folks that I wanted to do something that was family related. We could all tie together where everybody could have a piece in doing it. And so we're still working that out, but that's what I want to do. And Jamisha, you know, because she's one of my booking agents.
She's so visible on Facebook with everybody. You know, she has a lot of following, and she's mind pushing that envelope for anybody.
Yes.
You know, so that's one of the good things. And I like when you ladies said too also about the process, the 2 years that it took you, because it is a process, and you got to constantly keep open communication with each other.
Yes,
you do.
Because and then when, like you say, when one might not be good with the money, one might need, you know, it's just always those type of things that come into play, and we don't get that understanding on. Because I had a brother and an uncle that started a sandwich business. Neither one of them had any educational background. He just knew he made a good he made a good sandwich. But none of them had any education. They didn't consult other person was spending the money. He was marketing in different places. He had me selling them on my job. It was, but the other person just wanted to spend the money. He didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to get paid and just keep it moving. So it's just the collaboration of them knowing and outsourcing and resourcing and networking with other people. And getting your education too, you know what I'm saying? So you can know the resources that you will have available. But
for sure,
what I'm saying, it was a process,
But you know, in this day and age, it's you know, you both have your regular 9 to 5. It's good to have a steady stream of income, so that the business can grow without you having to worry about pulling from it until it's ready.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. You two, you look like you got your heads on straight.
We do.
And I love that T is our love language. That is,
It
that's supposed to
is.
be big.
Mhm.
Yes, right.
Yes,
Right. She
indeed.
loved that book, Love Language.
I sure do.
Oh,
That's what I
yeah.
said. Give me what I like.
Yep. Mhm.
Right. So, you know, the other thing I want to say is that I applaud you guys because you're both in two different, not cities, states,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and able to put it together and make it
Mhm.
work. You know, to
Mhm.
where you are now. That's phenomenal right there. That shows that you are serious about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 We haven't let geography and Shelby being in Michigan and me being in Tennessee stop us at all from pursuing anything.
Mhm.
So
Right.
yeah, we don't. Now that's one thing we don't see as a hurdle.
Mhm.
It hasn't posed a hurdle for us
Mhm.
at all.
Right.
Yep. And the opportunities that we, like Ashli was recently here in January.
Mhm.
So and then I'll be going to Tennessee in June. But any opportunities we have to be in the same, state
Sure.
at the same time, we
Sure.
make sure we make time to,
Sure.
knock out anything
Mhm.
that we can that we can't normally do like apart. We knock that out,
When you get
take advantage of
together.
that time
Yeah.
once we're
Mhm.
together. Yeah.
Oh, okay, then.
And then we take advantage of technology.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
indeed.
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because technology makes this right here
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and like you said, that show spreads the word faster, that's for sure.
Mhm.
And I'm just saying, ladies, I am going to continue to drink this till this all gone.
Okay.
I will
Enjoy.
give you my feedback.
Please do.
Right. And have you even thought about the possibility of doing like or do you have a subscription type thing?
We've talked about that. Everything that you all are mentioning, like we have,
Okay.
I know.
we have it in the plan. Yeah, we actually, and I think Ashli's mom was the first one to come up with that idea
Okay.
that
Mhm.
we do like a monthly subscription or
Yeah, something like
quarterly where we send people like their, tea
Sure.
flavors that they enjoy.
that.
So yeah,
Mhm.
we talked about that.
Well, at least you got the bundle, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
So that's probably where I'll probably go the next time.
Okay. Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
I finish this and see, I was like, okay, then.
Yeah. See,
Because like I said, I like it without anything in it. So
I watch Shark Tank.
Okay, yeah.
So because being an entrepreneur to me is one of the hardest things you could ever want to do.
Yeah.
So you got to be built special to do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
It does take a special mindset and a brilliant mindset, and to keep going. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That's
this is
it.
going to blow up. I mean, everybody loves tea though.
Yeah.
And then when
Yeah.
you have
It-
these unique flavors, everybody likes being unique too. They was like, well, try this one right here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's coming, ladies.
Yeah.
I applaud you on that.
Yeah.
That's
Like
right.
we
Keep
talk
it
about that
going.
all the time. Like,
Mhm.
you
We
always,
can see it.
we
Yeah.
can see it. And then, again, we never get caught up in what others are doing or, how
There
many
you go.
sales is over here,
Mhm.
because all it takes is,
right.
one time, and
One
it's
time.
like
Remember?
your brand is in, the right space at the right time. And then before you know it, you blow up. So, that's the least of our concern. We're just going to continue.
I know. Look at all the
what we
Disneys and the
do.
McDonald's and the what's the name. They started with just a little bit of something. Somebody came up with some extra, then this one got this. And next thing you know, you blowing
Yep.
up. Just like we
Yes,
said, we got
indeed.
50 million people that make t-shirts, but
Mhm.
your t-shirt might be the thing that blow up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just can't,
Who made the shirts for you?
Visual Essentials,
Okay.
which is another Black-owned, female-owned
Mhm.
business. So yes, she made these shirts for us, and she's made some other items for our business too. When we
Yep.
first started, we had to have some prototype containers and things like
Mhm.
that. So she's done that. So yes,
That is so wonderful how you
visual
utilize
essentials.
all. That's right. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Mhm.
See, you
Yes.
can't help but blow up after all that.
Yeah.
So that's
You can't
black.
help.
So that's black girl power, I guess.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
that's
Yes,
that's
yes.
for sure.
Did you have another question for me?
No, that was it. I was just like, I'm just inspired, and and I'm just loving you ladies' products so far.
Thank
And
you.
I will give my feedback.
And
Thank
so,
you.
and so I'll give you another chance. Is there anything else you want to say? Because I know Ashli just got off the road.
Much success to you,
Fighting that
ladies.
traffic coming in. So we appreciate you.
No, just thank you both and enjoy the discussion. Appreciate, as we talked about, supporting one another.
Mhm.
We thank you this is a way that you're pouring into our business and our vision. So thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Right.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming on. We appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I know. I loved
Yep.
it. I loved it. I
Shelby,
loved
did
it.
you have
And
one?
I love the title too.
Yes. Isn't it cool? Thanks, Mama.
Uh-huh.
And like that title there makes you want to tune in. Like, okay,
Mhm. It's a grabber. Yeah, that eye catch.
yeah, like
You always have to have that
I wanna
opening.
listen to this
Right.
podcast.
Look, we got
Like bringing all the flavor.
Yes.
we got shirts made like that, but we can't wear them because of the technology.
Oh, you can't see it on
Well,
Zoom.
we got there's a green screen that we have. The
Okay.
technology,
Mhm.
and because it's a green screen, green is the color we use, and you see it's green in the logo.
Yes.
So anything
yeah.
green disappears.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
so we can't wear the shirts and have our background up, but I'd rather have the background up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we started out wearing did we do the shirts before we? Well, anyway, I'd much rather have that background up than the
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
All right, ladies, and thank you again
but
for
yeah,
joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.
And I
Yeah,
I
thank
enjoyed
you.
it immensely.
Yeah, and we continue. We're gonna continue to pray that y'all continue to be blessed,
No, they winners.
and that everything goes the way you see it.
Thank you.
Amen. We receive
I'm
it.
gonna win. Y'all gonna
Yes.
win.
We receive
all
it, and
gonna
we
win.
wish that
Mhm.
to the both of you also.
All right,
Thank
then.
you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
ladies. All right, virtual hugs.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having
All right, then
us
have a
on.
good one. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah. Take care.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. That was so good. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's tough.